House Bill 937 would prohibit local governments from regulating any building material, any building product, directly or indirectly from any single-family home. To put this simply, this bill, much like House Bill 302 that was debated in this committee last session and moved through the Ag Committee, takes power away from citizens to decide the individual look and feel of each community in the state of Georgia. House Bill 937 does reference the item 4, this local amendment process. We've talked a little bit about it. However, we believe that this is a false option. It's not an opportunity. Residential building design standards for aesthetic purposes would not be allowed. The only building code amendments currently allowed to the state minimum standard code, and we've heard there, those 4 factors. It's climate, topography, geology, and public safety factors. Like Representative Vance Smith said, though, we're talking about aesthetic design standards. This does not have anything to do with building safety. It's not a question for the code. Architectural design standards would therefore not be considered as an amendment, and this would effectively wipe out any local ordinance, comprehensive plan, or housing plan that's been established by each municipality in the state locally. House Bill 937 removes the ability of the citizens to work with their neighbors, to go to zoning board hearings, to work with their planning commissions, to participate on steering committees, to decide the individual look and feel of the community that they live in. This legislation cuts to the core of home rule. It erodes local control of the locally elected officials working in concert with their citizens that elected them to make these decisions locally. And for us, we have grave concern with that. This does not protect a resident's investment in their home because they couldn't ensure what future development in their neighborhoods looked like if this bill were to pass. But it does ensure a race to a minimum standard, and it sets a floor and also a ceiling. The processes that are in place locally, we believe, are the best. We believe that every community should be left to decide whether architectural design standards are appropriate or not for their communities, and the local elected officials will work with their citizens to make sure that they're representing those needs adequately, but we don't believe that the legislation before you is an appropriate measure for the state. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.